You know, I think these pedals are so good, they can make me faster. Well, you didn't set the bar very high. Hey, I'll have you know that my lap times are consistently average. Whatever, man. The real question is, can these pedals make me brake like a pro? Well, they can't do all the work for you. Let's find out.
Revving out Power Rangers, ready for the race. Virtual motorheads will leave a blazing trace. Sim racing in our veins, adrenaline pumping high. No limits, no brakes, we're reaching for the sky. Virtual motorheads.
Hey guys, welcome back to Virtual Motorheads, and today is like Christmas for sim racers. I've got a set of SimNet Racing Pro Loadcell pedals with haptic reactors, and I cannot wait to see what they look like. Huge shout out to Simulator Cave right here in South Africa. They are in Gauteng, and yeah, they sent this to me. It's on loan for the next couple of months. So no money exchanged hands. They just said, we're sending you a set, please review it for us. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. But before we open all these goodies, let's first check out Simulator Cave. If you're a sim racing fan in South Africa, you need to know about Simulator Cave. These guys are all about high quality sim racing gear, and they don't just sell it, they live and breathe it. Simulator Cave is built by sim racers for sim racers. They understand the struggle of finding premium gear locally, which is why they import and distribute some of the best brands in the world, like Moza and Fanatec. Need a solid high-end racing rig? They've got you covered. Looking for direct drive powerhouses from Moza or Fanatec? You'll find them here with local warranty support, so no more stress about international shipping. Got older gear collecting dust? They offer trade-in options, and if something breaks, their repair service means you won't be stuck waiting forever to get back on track. And here's the best part. Before you commit, you can actually test out the gear at their Benoni office. Feel the force feedback, experience the rings, and make sure you're getting exactly what you need. So whether you're upgrading your rig or just getting started, simulatorcave.com is the place to go. Your ultimate sim racing experience starts here.
Virtual motorheads.
First up, the throttle pedal. This thing is built like a tank. Just as the other 3 pedals, it's made from CNC machined aluminum alloy, which means it's lightweight yet incredibly strong. You can adjust your throttle stiffness by just turning this rod, so you can make it stiff like a high performance race car, or you can make it looser like a normal road car. Pedal can do both. You can angle it to change the way it hits your foot. This rod can be moved up and down. Yeah, you can even adjust how far the pedal travel is by moving this little rod right here where I'm pointing now. You can move it forward. One thing I see they didn't give us in the box is a manual, but I'm sure there will be something on SimNet's website, which I will share in the description below. All right, so that's our throttle pedal. Okay, so the clutch pedal, built exactly the same. I'm not going to go into that again. You can also change the angle, but then it's got this 2-stage clutch feel. But this piece here can be moved up and down, 1, 2, 3. There's like 4 different spots here where you can move it to. And you can see this is quite tight. Sure, let's see if we loosen this a little bit. I can just use my hands for it. Okay. So it's got like a bite, but you can of course move this piece up and down, and that will change the feel of the clutch. Also, clutch travel can be changed. Love the fact that you can adjust the stiffness of the clutch as well by just turning this rod over here. Yeah, it just depends on what you want. Do you want that heavy old school mechanical feel, or do you want something lighter? You've got those options. Okay, so next up, the brake pedal. Lots of sim racers know that this pedal by itself can make you faster by quite a few tenths, even a few seconds faster. So out of the box it comes with the softer elastomers, but here you've got blue, which is very hard, and you've got red, which is even harder. But the cool thing is, look, you can combine them until you find your perfect feel. I will be trying them out with the normal elastomers that came in the box and see how it feels, because the only comparison I've got is my Moza SRP pedals. Yeah, so the brake pedal, it looks like something that belongs in a real race car. This thing it is most definitely the heaviest out of all the pedals. Here where the spring is, you can also make this tighter. But for now, I think let's just turn this. It's amazing how easy it is. Yeah, if I turn this quite loose, see, then it's much easier to push it down. The Loadcell sensor can handle 100 kilograms of pressure. Yeah, with the Loadcell, it means you are braking based on pressure, not just how far the brake pedal travels. Yeah, I'm so impressed with this thing. This is an amazing brake pedal. This base plate is solid. It is very, very heavy. We will see how this is going to work when I start assembling the pedals and putting them on my rig. Let's quickly look at the control box. So this little control box is where you plug your pedals in and you plug your haptic motors in. Very cool. And then here at the back, you've got your RGB, and you've got your for your power cable, your USB, and then your third-party cable where you can use the RJ11 cable and just plug it into your Fanatec base. So I just want to say that again. Even though it's SimNet, they are compatible with your Fanatec base so that you can use it on your PlayStation. How cool is that? Okay, now let's look at these haptic motors. They're heavy, they're solid, they're made out of steel. It allows you to feel real-world racing cues. ABS kicking in, that's a rumble motor on your brake pedal. You want to feel yourself accelerate over rumble strips? That's where the linear motor comes in. That's attached to your throttle. And last but not least, you want to feel your gear shifts? That's the tactile transducer attached to your clutch. Now seriously guys, these things will make your feet feel things they've never felt before. Once you've used these, you will question why your feet doesn't vibrate all the time. One moment you're driving, the next moment your feet are filing a complaint for sensory overload. It's wild and it's freaking awesome. One last thing I can say about these motors is that the materials used was designed to withstand constant vibrations without wearing out. Next up, I'll be assembling these pedals with the Haptic feedback motors, and then we're going to install it on the rig to have some fun.
Virtual motor heads. Virtual motor heads.
Okay guys, so I'm sitting here by my rig with my ass on the floor to show you just where I've installed the pedals onto my rig. I had to tinker a little bit because the pedals angle was too forward and it was very uncomfortable, so I had to lift the whole section up where I installed the SimNet base plate. Another mistake I made was to install the pedals on the base plate first. I couldn't get to the screw holes where you attach it to the rig, so I had to take the pedals off, base plate on the rig first, and then pedals back onto the base plate. Also, the heel plate is freaking awesome. It can angle up and down, move backwards and forwards, so you can get it in the perfect position for your rig. Then the little power box where everything plugs into, that I've stuck with double-sided tape to the front of my rig. Up next, I'm going to show you how to set these bad boys up on your PC using the SimNet software and then also Simhub. Let's check it out.
Virtual motor heads.
Okay guys, so before we set up those Haptic feedback motors in Simhub, there's a couple of things that you need to install first. You go to the simnetracing.com website and then you scroll down to the bottom where it says downloads. Click on downloads and I'm going to run quickly through this. There's your manuals that you can get, how to install the pedals, how to set them up. There's a SimConnect manager instruction which I also went through, and then there's your latest version of the SimConnect manager software, 64-bit and 32-bit, and then you've got your firmware. Very important to download this firmware. As soon as you install the SimConnect manager software the first time, it will complain about your firmware depending on the firmware version that your pedals are on. I had to install the latest firmware. I've said the word firmware a lot. Very important. Download this and download your manager. Okay. Then, if you do not have Simhub, you need to get Simhub. Otherwise, these pedals aren't going to come to life like they're supposed to. Go to simhub-.com and you download Simhub and install it. Let's jump into the software.
Virtual motor heads.
All right. I've got the pedals in the corner and I've got the software open. You can see I've got Simhub there in the background, but first we're going to look at SimNet Haptics. click to test. Now, you've got 3 haptic feedback motors that you received with these pedals. There's the tactile transducer, which is your cheapest one. Then there's the rumble motor, which is a little bit more expensive, and then your most expensive is your linear motor. Personally, I would like to have linear motor on both my throttle and my brake, and then perhaps a rumble motor on the clutch. I actually don't know what kind of effect I will put on the clutch, because your foot, it doesn't stay on the clutch. So what effect do you want to feel when you push down on the clutch? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't even set this up in Simhub, but we'll get to that later. So here you can see this amplitude. These things are loud. Have a listen. I'm going to press down on the clutch. Now you can, this frequency, you cannot get it less than 50, but you can change the amplitude. You can hear it goes down, but the lower the amplitude, the less of feedback you'll feel. Then the rumble motor, this is awesome, because this is where you want your ABS, you want your wheel lock, you want to feel that through your pedal. Going to turn it up a little bit, let's make it 100. That's loud. You don't want to hear that when you're racing. It's very distracting. So I put this on 50. 40 is also fine, but you're going to boost this in Simhub as well, so you're going to have to play around. So 50 is fine. Throttle haptic, your linear motor. This is the most expensive one. Let's turn this up to 100. That's loud. I don't want to hear that while I'm racing. So you turn this down to 50. This is bearable. Yeah. All right. And this is the software. So I'm going to showcase the pedals using 2 games, Assetto Corsa and Le Mans Ultimate. That game has come leaps and bounds, and I'm playing it now and I'm loving it. Okay, so in order to get the effects from Simhub through to your haptic feedback motors, you need to make sure you go here to add remove features, and you need to make sure that Arduino is selected. So look for Arduino and enable it. Once you've done that, it will be available here on your left side menu. So you click on Arduino and click on My Hardware. Then multiple Arduinos. Remember, you've got 3 motors here, so you select multiple Arduinos. Once you select multiple Arduinos, it will do a scan of all the ports and it will detect your SimNet SP Pro pedal. So just make sure that it detects it here. You can leave it here on scan all serial ports. Leave it here and it will be connected. Okay. Once it's connected, you go to your Shake It motors. Not Shake It bass shakers, Shake It motors. Now I've already selected the effects for Assetto Corsa that I want to feel through these motors. And these effects can be different for each game, because not all games support all the effects. And I'll show you the difference between this and Le Mans Ultimate. Okay. So here you can play around. I'm just going to expand all of them. ABS and wheels lock. I want to feel this on my brake pedal. Traction loss when the car starts sliding, and road impacts. I want to feel that through my throttle. I'll see how road impacts are going to work. It might be a little bit too much. Then I'll just switch it off and I only want to feel traction loss. Here you can adjust each one's volume to your liking. So this is personal preference. I'm not going to mess around with this right now, but you can play around with it. Pulse duration. How long do you want to feel the pulse? I mean, 60 milliseconds, that's quick. And then of course also road impacts. How do you want to feel it? So we don't have 4 speakers set up, so we can literally just make it mono. Same with traction loss. It's one little motor, mono. Wheels lock, mono. Okay, so we have all mono, and that's how you want to feel them. Now you can test them, but before you test them, you must first go to motors output. Here you can see channel 1 throttle, brake, channel 2, channel 3 is the clutch. We're not going to use that for anything. So now I set ABS, I want to feel that through my channel 2, which is my brake pedal, so I switch it on. Road impacts, I want to feel that through my throttle. Traction loss through my throttle. Wheel lock, let's leave the wheel lock just on brake. Less is more. I've said that before in one of my videos, less is more. So as you can see, we've left ABS on the brake pedal, wheels lock on the brake pedal, and road impacts and traction loss. Clutch, we're not going to use it for anything. Then you can jump into your game and have some fun. Let's quickly go have a look at Le Mans Ultimate. You just go home, change it to that game, go to Shake It Motors. Here you can see I've got ABS, road rumble, wheels lock, and traction loss. So let's leave those volumes as well. I'm just going to change them all to mono. And now you go to motors output, traction loss, channel 1, wheels lock, channel 2, and then road rumble, also channel 1. This is going to be so cool. If you've never experienced this, this is going to blow your mind. I've been using bass shakers under my pedals, but it's all over the place. This is very isolated under your foot, under your brake foot, under your throttle foot. And guys, that is it. Your haptic feedback motors set up.
Virtual motor heads.
Guys, I'm busy driving the Ferrari 308 GTB from 1978. Yeah, unfortunately there's no ABS on this car, so we won't be able to test that with these little haptic motors, but I can feel the impact of the road. I can feel that through my throttle pedal. See now when I slide, if I can feel any traction loss. Then of course the wheel lock that I've also put on my brake pedal. Sure, be careful to brake with this car. It just wants to go sideways. But yeah, you can feel all these little impacts from the road. Feels great. Because even though you just feel it on the throttle, a little bit of that vibration you can feel in the other two pedals as well. But it's still isolated under your throttle foot. But yeah, this car does not grip. That's why you need to take it easy around the corners. But let's try and finish this lap without making any mistakes. And the clutch works amazing. And my braking is very, very consistent. Stay on the road. And I love the clutch is not too loose, if you know what I mean. There's a little bit of resistance with that spring. By the way, you do get an additional spring kit that you can use along with the elastomers that you get. That was a mistake. That corner always sneaks up on me. But let's continue. Yeah, there's a additional spring kit that you can order from SimNet. My goodness, these corners are throwing me. Wait. Let's say that again. there's an additional spring kit that you can order to give you even more options for your brake. Man, this car, if I knew how to drift, this probably would have looked way more impressive. Check it out. No, man. This thing is crazy. Rear wheel drive. Okay, we're almost at the end of this lap. But yeah, even for a game as old as Assetto Corsa, these pedals, they work great. Okay. Let's jump into the Mar Ultimate and see how the pedals perform in that game.
Virtual motorheads.
Okay, we are in a Ferrari GTE 488 and we are on Spa. We're gonna see how these pedals perform in Le Mans Ultimate. Let's go. Yeah, unfortunately one thing that's not available is ABS. But I think it's because the endurance racing, the cars, they do not have ABS. So three things we can still test is traction loss, rumble strips under throttle, and then wheel lock on the brake. I'm still new to this game, so sometimes I still go a little bit wide, but Le Mans Ultimate, I am so freaking impressed with this game. I will not play ACC again. It doesn't give you the same force feedback as this game does. But the rumble strips under the pedal feels amazing. Let's quickly do a wheel lock test. There it is. And I didn't stall my car. Clutch feels amazing, same as in Assetto Corsa. And my braking is way more consistent than with my other pedals. So I'm really liking the SimNet Racing Pro Loadcell pedals with haptic feedback motors. Oh, feels amazing. I can feel when the car slides, that little bit of feedback is there. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm liking these pedals because I was asked to say it. I'm saying I like these pedals because I really do like them. They feel solid, and there's no creaking, there's no noise. I can see them lasting for a very, very long time. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this one. Back to the studio. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of another video. How awesome are these pedals? The materials, the build quality, the attention to detail. These aren't just ordinary pedals. It's a kit that was designed to specifically elevate your sim racing experience. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.